Good morning, you guys. So today is, what is it? September the 2nd. It's early Wednesday morning. It's about 8:07 a.m. And I just wanted to tell you guys about an experience that I had with the Most High. I don't know if this would be called leaving the United States, or maybe it would be called something else, like communication with the Most High, or how he communicates with us sometimes. Because I was thinking about this the other day. I just had a dream the other night. I think it was Monday night, and it was for the first time in a while, maybe over a month. And I just kept telling myself, you gotta have to have faith with the Most High. He will speak with you or communicate with you when the time is the time, when it's the right time. You can't rush him, or rush anything. Because sometimes, for anyone, I think we should all have a relationship with the Most High, but anyone who doesn't, for those people that have dreams and visions from the Most High, sometimes you have a lot of dreams and visions from the Most High every night, every 2 nights, 3 or 4 dreams a night. Like, it could be that way for weeks or for months. At least, like, it seems like you're getting a visit from the Most High 3 to 5 days a week, sometimes 7 days a week. And then there come times when you don't have any dreams from the Most High. You don't have any visions from the Most High. And it can make you nervous because you kind of feel like you've done something, or had some thought, or you've created a situation where the Most High is now not dealing with you. I don't know if that comes from being of Israel and what happened in the past, or maybe that just comes from not paying attention to what the Most High is saying or doing in your life. I had, in times like that, I have to tell myself. I was talking with another guy that has a lot of dreams and visions, and he was telling me, in those times he just prays a lot. It's a plane flying overhead, I'm gonna let it pass. In those times he was telling me that he was praying a lot. I think he said it was fasting, and those are just times where the Most High is testing you, or he's giving you a rest, he's giving you a break, because you're like the experiences you have with the Most High are like actually happening. It's not like just a dream you had about something. It's like real. So I feel like you have to have a rest in order to be able to really process a lot of things. So all that being said, to say I'm going to tell you guys about I don't know if you guys know, but I moved to South America maybe last October 2019. And for a while, on a daily basis, I started realizing, I was like, wow, I'm not going back to the U.S. I went back one time in January for a specific reason. And when I went back, the people at the airport were asking me, like, why had I come to the United States. Meanwhile, I was passing them an American passport. They're questioning me like I was an immigrant or something. So I was like, what do you mean, why have I come here? I have a passport. I live here. Like, what are you talking about? So the guy was like, oh, they're double checking my bags. And my bag was like empty because I was going to buy some stuff in the U.S. So my suitcase had like a couple of pairs of shorts and a couple of shirts. But they were like sending me to all these extra people to check my bags again, as if I had all these drugs. Even, they ran my bag through the x-ray. It was empty, you guys. It was like almost an empty suitcase. So anyway, so after that experience, I was like, man, I really have no business. Not only do I have no business being in the U.S., I didn't even want to go in January. I was going because I was dealing with a visa thing. So I was like, let me go. I didn't realize I didn't even have to go. I thought I had to leave my current country for like a few days and then return. So anyway, when I was there in January, I was like, I'm good to never come back here again. And when I came back to South America, I went right through the airport. Nobody questioned me. Nobody went through my bags 2 and 3 times. They were like, okay, welcome home. Good to see you. There's the taxi. So I was like, okay. So I have to go through that in the United States. Meanwhile, while I was in the U.S. at the airport, the immigrants are just walking right past me. They're not being questioned heavily and having their bags double checked. And I was the only Israelite male on the plane. Anyway, so that was the Most High allowing me to see something. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that right now. So what I want to tell you guys about is one way that the Most High was communicating with me, and it could be a way that maybe he's communicating with you. So last October, when I decided to leave the U.S. and move away, I'm probably going to do a couple of these videos. I started dreaming about being in South America, in like different places in Mexico and just different places in South America. I dreamed about even being in Australia one day. This was all before I was leaving. And before I even knew of the city that I live in now, the Most High started giving me dreams about this city. I could see it vividly. I could see the taxis that I've only ever seen here. Like before I even knew about the city, the Most High started giving me dreams and information about this city. So skipping forward to, or going back to October 2019, I was thinking like, it's time for me to go. It's time for me to move on. And I wasn't sure if it was just me wanting to go because I was tired of the United States, because I was, or if it was, I felt like it was the Most High sending me. But I was like, I need to make sure, right? Sorry, my nose is a little stopped up. I was like, I need to make sure. So I started praying to the Most High to let me know if this was his will, or was this just me doing my will? Was I just being selfish and I wanted to make sure I was making the right move, because something was telling me, when you leave this time, I left the United States in 2018 or 2017, and I had to go back because I had to take care of something. But something was telling me, when you leave this time, you're not coming back like that. It's going to be, I knew I wasn't coming back, not because I can't, but because I don't have any reason to come back. I told you guys, I think I had been betrayed by my family. It's funny now, but I have been betrayed by my family in a certain way that made me understand that I'm not really a part of them. I'm a separate being at this point. If any of you, I'm sure you as Israel know what I'm talking about. You know how your family kind of, you're always an outsider, or they end up creating you as an outsider. It just happens naturally. So anyway, that happened, and I was like, you know what? I've been having this happen with my relatives for ever since I can remember, and now I don't need that type of negativity or abuse or nonsense in life. So I was like, I'm not gonna have that. I'm in control of all of that. So I was like, I'm simply not going to allow any of that to happen again. I have to put a space between them and myself, whether I was living around them or not. So I didn't move because of that. I'm just saying I realized there's nothing for me to be holding on to or grabbing on to. I must follow the Most High. So again, I'm probably going to do a few different videos with the experiences that started happening up to this moment. So I was praying. I ended up having to drive to Atlanta and take a flight from Atlanta to Fort Lauderdale. And from Fort Lauderdale, I took a flight to South America, like the next day. And I was praying to the Most High, asking him, am I making the right decision? Is this what I'm supposed to be doing? Is this your will, or is this my will? Because, I was tired of the States. I was just ready to get out. But I wanted to make sure that, I was in line with the will of the Most High. So I was asking, will you let me know, give me a dream or something? And he had already been giving me dreams, multiple dreams about places in South America that I had never been. He was giving me dreams already, but this is what happened. I think I left around October the 27th is when I took a flight from Atlanta to Fort Lauderdale, and I think on October 28th I went from Fort Lauderdale to South America. I'm trying to see what date it was. That was October 27th when I left. Before I left, I'm looking for it now. I think it was October 19th. I had this I had an experience. I had a few experiences actually. This one happened like a few days. So this one happened on Saturday, on Shabbat, on October the 19th. Mind you, I think on the 25th I drove to Atlanta, and I took my flight on the 27th, and on the 28th I went to South America. So on October the 19th, I had this experience from the Most High. And this is what happened. There's another plane flying over you guys. I'm just going to let it pass through. So this is what happened. In this dream or this experience, I was driving my car down the road. It was like a highway or an interstate. And this huge red-tailed hawk, I had my driver's side window down. And this huge red-tailed hawk flew into my driver's window and like sat in my passenger seat while I was driving down the highway. And I was just like, okay, so I guess this hawk is just gonna sit in my car. I was like, I thought it was strange. And then while I was driving, suddenly like a huge flock of finches, like those small little brown birds, a huge flock of finches bashed into my windshield, into my car's driver mirror, not the mirror, into my car's windshield glass, where the windshield wipers are. It was like a huge flock of birds just like flew right into my glass on the front of my car. And I was like, what's going on here? So I woke up and I was like, I don't understand what happened. I was like, I really didn't understand what was going on. I was like, what type of dream is that? It's a red-tailed hawk flying in the car, sitting in the passenger seat, and then all these birds, this group of birds just like bashes into my car window. They didn't, the hawk went through and came inside. The other birds, like, they bashed in the window as if they broke their necks, they were dying. And then I was getting nervous because I was like, what does that mean? So I remember there was a guy in a dream in the Bible, and he was getting a dream interpreted. I don't remember, I don't want to say the wrong name, but in the dream he had like some bags of fish or some baskets of fish or meat on top of his head, and the birds came and they started eating the meat. And I think he was told that the birds would end up pecking his eyes out. And you know how the Bible gives you it's serious. It's not like just your everyday something bad happening, like harsh stuff happened. So I think the guy ended up getting his eyes pecked out or something like that, and he ended up being killed a few days later. So anyway, that was a story when the guy had like the multicolored coat. I'll get into that later. So I had this dream and this experience, and I woke up and I was like, I don't understand what's going on. There was a red-tailed hawk in my car, and all of these finches flew into my windshield, breaking their necks and stuff. I was nervous. I was confused. I was praying about it. Now, that was October the 19th. October the 27th, I had to get up around 3 in the morning to drive to the airport, to the Hartsville airport. So I was in my car. I was in a rental, and I was driving to the Hartsville airport. It was I think I had to be there about 3:37 a.m. And as I was driving, across my headlights, this huge red-tailed hawk just flew across my headlights. This is when I was woke. This is like a few days later. This huge red-tailed hawk flew right across my headlights. It was like really dark. If any of you have been in Georgia, at 3 a.m. it's dark. It's super dark. So this huge red-tailed hawk flew right across my headlights, coming from the driver's side first, like from the left to the right, and I could see his wings. I could see the stripes on his feathers. It was clearly a red-tailed hawk. He was so close to my car, I thought I was going to hit him, but I didn't swerve. I kept driving and I didn't hit him. He just flew across my headlights and kept going. And I was like, wow, what was that? So then I got to the airport and I was sitting on the plane, and the captain said, we were sitting there for a while, and the captain was like, oh, the flight has been delayed because a few finch birds got caught in the jet propellers. So we're having someone clean them out right now. Once we're done, we're gonna, get headed towards our final destination. And it occurred to me when that happened, I was like, this is exactly what happened in that dream I had, except instead of the hawk flying into the car, he just flew right in front of my headlights while I was driving. And then instead of those finches hitting my car, they went into the jet propellers. This actually happened. So I was like, so I know I'm on the right path now. It was very clear. Although it seemed like it was confusing when I had that dream or experience, it became very clear right at that moment, and I knew I had made the right decision. So I have had other experiences like this leading up to this point. That was like the last experience I had before leaving the United States. But ever since I left, even when I was on the plane flying, there came to a certain point, I think after we had passed Cuba, I would probably say Cuba, but after we passed Cuba, I literally felt like a weight had been lifted off my shoulders. Like I was in one of my wicked relatives' house one time, and she had a lot of demons in there. It was, I'm not gonna say it was, but she had a lot of demons in there. And I remember the last time I walked out of her house, I felt like somebody had taken 20 coats off of my back. Like it was like I literally walked from under a black rain cloud into the sunshine. When I walked out of her house, it felt like I had walked out of a steamy hot shower into the cool outdoors air. It was crazy. I was like, what is in that lady's house? But this is how I felt the last time I flew out of the United States. It came to a certain point where I felt like something had just come off my shoulders, like I had gotten out of the spirit that was covering that, so-called country. So why am I saying this? The video's long. I'm saying this because I feel like maybe a lot of you guys may be getting messages from the Most High that you don't quite understand. I want you to make sure you're paying attention to what's happening in waking life, because you will probably see similar things occur. And I have a feeling, I don't know, I have a feeling that the Most High is about to bring a lot of us out of the United States. He's already brought a lot of us out. He's already moved a lot of us. I'm telling some of the people that I know, make sure you have a passport. If you don't, you need to go get one right now, because you want to make sure, as the children of Israel, that you're able and capable of getting out of the United States at the drop of the dime. You guys, I'm not kidding. Make sure you get a passport. Whatever you got to do to get one, you go get a passport. Make sure you have it. You need to be able to get out of the States at the drop of a dime. Okay? That little smart ID that they're doing now, whatever they call it, that's not going to work. You need to get a passport. And for those of you that are Israelites that are from other countries, you know what I'm saying? Maybe your parents are from Jamaica or Cuba or Puerto Rico or, wherever. You need to see if you can get a passport in that other country. You need to make sure you can get a citizenship there, just in case. You need to I don't know what's coming to the States, but something hard is coming. It's already there. It's just going to become harder. So I definitely suggest all of you Israelites get passports right now and start making provisions for you to go somewhere else. If you know somebody from another, if you have friends that are from another country, find out, who's over there. Maybe you can go over there at some point in time. You guys really need to start visiting other countries right now. Because I don't know what the Most High is about to bring to the States, but it's not going to be anything nice. And I'm thankful that he took me out. He took me out of there. Last night where I live now, it was the hardest storm I ever experienced here. I thought my windows were going to burst. It was like hurricane winds. I had never had that experience here. But all that being said to say, this is how the Most High communicated with me using these birds, these hawks and these finches. So if you guys have any questions or comments, please let me know about your experiences and dreams with the Most High. I'm going to do more videos about the dreams I had leading up to this point. I feel like this is the time for it. So, oh yeah. And this, that's me, you guys. This, good morning. This, what you see here is like this nice waterfall. It's called Tequendamita in one of the capital cities in the country I live in, or in my country, there's a huge waterfall. This one is a smaller waterfall. So the other one I think is called Tequenda, and this one is Tequendamita, like saying that it's a small waterfall, but it's a very powerful waterfall that I saw the other day. It was beautiful. I wanted to just show you guys. It looks amazing. You can just see how ancient it is. But I'm gonna go ahead and close the video out here. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day.